What's up, everyone? My name's Connor Gilpatrick, and tonight I'm going to be breaking down the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view from this past weekend. My opinion, from start to finish, it was a great pay-per-view. 2023 has been a great year for wrestling so far. We're almost 3 months into the year, and the Royal Rumble, my boy Cody, he won it, and that wasn't even the most important part of that show, in my opinion. But the Bloodline storyline, in my opinion, best storyline within the last 15 years, and maybe even more than that. But I'm gonna say at least the last 15 years, best storyline hands down. But tonight I'm breaking down the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So the first match we had the women's Elimination Chamber match. The winner would go on to face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. We had Asuka, Carmella, Raquel Rodriguez, Nikki Cross, Natalya, and Liv Morgan in that match. And I had high hopes for it, and of course, they delivered. I gave it a B. A being the best, of course, B, C, F, D, I guess, however you rank them, 5 stars, 1 star. I give it a B. It was a really great match. I had high hopes for it. Asuka, she delivered, she showed up. Liv Morgan, she really impressed me. Raquel impressed me. Carmella, I just don't like her, man, but she really impressed me. I like her character. I do like her character. And Natalya, she was obviously a fan favorite that night. And I sort of had high hopes for her too, but I didn't figure she would win. I figured it would be Asuka or Natalya to win it, and I would have been happy either way, but I was happy the way it turned out. And I think Asuka and Bianca Belair are going to put on a show at WrestleMania. I don't know if it'll be not 1 or not 2. I really don't care because I'm going to watch both of them on my TV and enjoy it. That's going to be a great weekend. But anyways, second, we had Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. I did not have high hopes for that one. And I'll tell you why. Because I just assumed that we would have a suplex here, a suplex there, an F5 here, a spear, a hurt lock or two. I did like the finish. I really did. It made Brock Lesnar look, I'm not sure what the word I want to use, but look weak in a way. Like he couldn't stop the almighty Brock or Bobby Lashley. I'm sorry. It's been a long day, guys. But yeah, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar. I expected the match to be as good as it was. I did not expect the finish. I had picked Brock to win. Bobby won by disqualification, of course, because Brock could not break the hurt lock and low blowed Bobby. And of course, the ref had to stop it. Brock was mad and just wreaked havoc on the ref and Bobby Lashley. But anyways, wasn't a good match. I'm not sure what they're going to do going forward, but we'll see. Third match of the night, we had Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Now, Rhea Ripley, she won the Women's Elimination Chamber match, so she's already going to WrestleMania, and she's going to face Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I think that'll be a great one. I really love the women's division right now, man. They're freaking hot. And I'm not talking about physical characters. I'm talking about their wrestling skills and their promo skills and just the storylines that they have. They're freaking red hot right now. But I picked Edge and Beth to win it. I figured them being in Canada, I figured Edge and his wife, I figured they would want them to win. And they really put on a show. Dominic was there to assist the Bloodline. The fans were all over Dominic. They didn't like him. The only thing I would have done differently, and in my opinion, isn't worth anything, but I was really hoping to see Rey Mysterio there to come out there, and maybe chase Dominic off or try to do something. I figured Rey Mysterio would have made an appearance, but he didn't. But I feel like that's the way they're going. They're going to build a storyline, or it's already building, I guess. But I don't know. We'll see whenever the time comes. But I think, in my opinion, I think that's the way they're going for WrestleMania. Rey versus Dominic, father-son match, and we'll see how it goes. The men's Elimination Chamber, that was probably my favorite match of the night, and it's not because of all the flashiness, this, that, and the other. That was awesome to see. Montez Ford, I've been a fan of him ever since I first saw him come onto the scene. But we had Austin Theory, he's the current United States champion. We had Montez Ford, we had Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins for the United States Championship. That match could have went any way at all. You know what I'm saying? My dog is out there freaking going crazy. Let me check on her real quick. What do you want? What do you want? Anyways, I could have seen that match going anyway. But I was really impressed with the United States Championship being defended in the Elimination Chamber. Whenever I saw that was announced, I was excited because usually we see, like Universal Championship or like the heavyweight WWE Championships being defended in the chamber, or with the winner going on to face the champion for that title. So I was impressed to see, the United States Championship defended inside of the chamber. There was a spot in there, Montez Ford, he took a curb stomp on the outside by Rollins. He was pinned, and he seemed a bit disoriented, so the refs had came in there to escort him out of the ring. When the chamber came open, Logan Paul, who Seth Rollins has been, Seth Rollins won't even acknowledge him. He says that Logan Paul makes a mockery of wrestling and he's not really a fan and all this, that, and the other. But whenever the chamber came open to escort Montez Ford out, Paul came in and he attacked Rollins, causing Theory hit his finishing move on Rollins and then pinned him 1, 2, 3 to retain, setting up Paul versus Rollins at WrestleMania. When I first heard that Logan Paul signed with WWE, I was not impressed. I've never been a fan of the Paul brothers, but when I first saw his very first match in WWE, I was impressed with him, and I've been impressed with him ever since then. And Rollins, if you want to have a great match, Seth Rollins is the guy to have a great match with. So, in my honest opinion, and I'll put $100 on this, WrestleMania, not 1, not 2, whichever night it is, Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins has the potential to steal the show. I don't think anyone expects it. Some people might be like, oh, it could be a good match. But just as far as in-ring skills and what goes on between the ropes, Rollins and Logan Paul, in my opinion, they'll steal the show. Moving right along, main event, Seth Rollins was not in the main event. I'm tripping. Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. Sami Zayn, that dude, I didn't think he was going to win. But I don't know what I thought. I really don't. A couple weeks ago, I had somebody tell me that they thought it was going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania. And I thought that might be a good idea. I don't know which way they're going to go with it between Cody, Sami. If Sami and KO are going to fight the Usos. I don't know what Jey Uso is going to do. Cody versus Roman Reigns. That seems to be set in stone for Mania for the Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship. So I'm not sure what exactly is going to happen. But will Roman Reigns drop the titles at Mania? I'd bet my bottom dollar on it. Who he drops them to, I don't know. Do we have Sami Zayn later win the Money in the Bank? You know what I'm saying? Down the road. Do we have Sami Zayn win Money in the Bank? Maybe cash in if Roman Reigns does retain somehow. I don't know how it's going to go. All I know is that main event, it really caught me off guard. Kevin Owens, I had a feeling he was going to show up, and he did. Of course, he let Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso attack Sami Zayn during the match, and ultimately Roman Reigns got the 1, 2, 3 and retained his championships. And then Jimmy went on to attack Sami. That's when Kevin Owens finally decided to show up. He waited until after the match to show up and pretty much get retribution on Jimmy and Roman Reigns. And Sami Zayn finished it off with a haluva kick. Everyone's happy. The whole country of Canada is just ecstatic because we got KO and Sami Zayn finishing the night off. It didn't go the way they wanted it to, but it didn't go as bad as it seemed like it was going to go. And yeah, I mean, that's really all I got. Great pay-per-view. And as the road to WrestleMania continues, I look forward to making more episodes. Hopefully on my coming episodes, I can get better. Well, I don't have no equipment at all, but hopefully I can get me some equipment and start making more videos more frequently and have guests. I have a lot of friends who are big fans of wrestling, as am I. Dave LaGreca, Busted Open Radio podcast, go give that a listen if you haven't, because that's what really inspired me to come out of my shell and start making videos. And this is my first video that I've ever made. But, you know, him, Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer, Mark Henry, Busted Open Radio, I listen to their podcast pretty frequently, and they've inspired me. Sorry, my phone was about to die. They've inspired me to come out of my shell and start, you know, doing recaps and pretty much what I'm doing right now. Also, this book, There's Just One Problem, True Tales from the Former One-Time Seventh Most Powerful Person in WWE, Brian Gerwitz. I heard them discussing this book probably about a week ago, maybe a few days ago, something like that. I don't remember. But I heard them discussing this book. It just came in today, so I'm going to give it a read. This guy, I've seen him on a lot of WWE documentaries. He seemed to know what he was doing back in the day. He was like in creative control. He had some pull there in the WWE back when I was growing up. Whenever I really enjoyed the product as a child, I still enjoy it as an adult, but as a child, I enjoyed it differently than how I enjoy it now. But anyways, thank you, and I look forward to making more videos in the future.